All right, let's get into it. This explainer is for you, the employee, the person in the trenches doing the actual work. This is not for the bosses, not for the directors. We are going to break down the real rules of the corporate game using the timeless strategies from the 48 Laws of Power so you can stop just surviving at your job and start dominating it.
So let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You ever feel just completely undervalued? Like you're busting your tail, getting great results, and it's like nobody even notices? Or how about this one? You've had to deal with a boss or a manager who is just dripping with arrogance, right? They talk down to you, make you feel small, no matter how much you contribute. I think we've all been there. And here's the big one. Have you ever thought about quitting? I mean, really thought about it. Maybe 100 times. But you felt stuck? Like you just couldn't do it for whatever reason. Well, if you said yes to any of that, then you need to wake up to the game you're actually playing.
See, the first thing you have to understand is that the modern workplace, it isn't a family. It's not about being fair. It's a game. And it runs on a really cold, unspoken philosophy where only one thing truly matters, the bottom line. This idea, it's called corporate pragmatism. And it's basically straight out of Machiavelli's playbook. All it means is that an action is only good if it makes the company more money. Your feelings, your loyalty, your well-being, all of that is secondary. Profit is the invisible engine driving every single decision. And this slide just sums it up perfectly, doesn't it? Your boss smiles and says, "We're a family here." But what you need to hear is the translation, "Here are the profit targets. You either hit them or we will replace you without blinking." It's all a performance. You have to learn to see behind the curtain. Now, to keep you in the game and motivated, companies get pretty creative. They'll give you a company t-shirt, maybe a tiny performance bonus, a little promotion with a title change, but barely any raise. It's all designed to create this illusion that you are part of the mission. They want you to say "we" when you talk about company profits, even though you only ever see the tiniest fraction of it. So how do you start playing this game to win? Well, your first move is to understand the game board. You have to map out the real power structure in your company, and you need to do it silently. In your mind, you're going to start sorting everyone into two groups. You've got the lions. These are the real players, the decision makers, the people with actual influence. And then you have the zebras. They're just cogs in the machine, no real power, easily replaceable. Your job is to just watch. Who has the ear of the leadership, and who is just there? And this leads us to a pretty ruthless but absolutely necessary strategy from the book. You have to start distancing yourself from the zebras. Power dynamics, or the lack thereof, are contagious. Their bad luck, their unhappiness, their powerlessness, it can rub off on you. You have to avoid them. So while you're avoiding the zebras, you start making moves on the lions. But how? You can't just walk up to them. You use a smart tactic. You approach them asking for advice. You tell them you're inspired by their career, that you want to learn from them. This is a brilliant move. It strokes their ego, makes them feel like a mentor, and completely lowers their guard. Okay, on to lesson 2. Become indispensable. Once you've mapped the terrain and identified the powerful players, your next mission is to make yourself completely and utterly essential to one of them. But here's the golden rule, the one you can never forget. Your goal is not to make yourself look good. Your goal is to make your boss, your chosen master, look good. Never, ever outshine them. Your own ambition has to stay hidden behind this mask of being the helpful apprentice. And there's a clear path to do this. First, you pick your lion. Second, you start offering to help with their work, always saying you just want to learn from the best. Third, you focus on doing the things that will make them shine in front of their bosses. And finally, over time, you become so reliable, so proactive that they literally can't imagine doing their job without you. And that, right there, is the end game of this lesson. By making yourself so useful, you are quietly, strategically making them dependent on you. Suddenly, your job security isn't about your official title. It's about the fact that a powerful person needs you. That's real leverage. All right, lesson 3, adapt to the culture. Gaining power isn't just about what you do, it's about how you fit in. You have to become a master of your company's specific social ecosystem. You see, every single company has 2 sets of rules. You've got the official ones, the stuff written down in the employee handbook nobody reads, and then you have the unofficial rules, how people really talk to each other, who really gets listened to in meetings, how things actually get done. Your survival and your success depends on mastering that second set.
This law should be your mantra. Look, you don't have to believe the corporate slogans. You don't have to actually like the culture, but you absolutely have to behave as if you do. Conforming on the outside is a shield. It stops you from being flagged as an outsider, which is a very dangerous label to have. Because honestly, being a loner in the corporate world is a death sentence. You have to mingle, go to lunch, make small talk, get to know people. But, and this is a huge but, always be careful. Always remember Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. And now we get to the final lesson. And frankly, it's the most important one. All of this work, all these strategies, it's not so you can be a great employee forever. No, it's to give you the stability and the cover you need to build your own way out. Let me be crystal clear about this. Betting your entire life on one job is a terrible idea. All it takes is one bad quarter, one new manager, and you could be gone. Real power isn't climbing their ladder, it's building your own so you don't need theirs. You must have a plan B. And this part, this is non-negotiable. You have to keep your plan B a complete secret. If anyone at your company finds out you're building an exit ramp, they will see you as a traitor, they'll see you as a threat, and they will make your life a living hell. You have to conceal your intentions until the very last moment. So here's your roadmap to freedom. In your spare time, your evenings, your weekends, you don't just chill. You study. You learn a new skill. You build a side hustle, a parallel stream of income, and you do it in secret. And here's the key. You don't spend that money. You reinvest every single dollar back into growing it. You stay disciplined until that new income matches your salary, or even better, exceeds it. And then, only then, you get to walk away. You get to fire them. Look, this isn't just some interesting theory. These are real, actionable strategies for you to take back control of your career and your life. You now see the hidden rules of the corporate game. So the only question that's left is, what's your first move?